Welcome to the house next door
with Barbara Giglio,
and Anthony Harris,
where real estate meets reality.
Welcome back to the house next door.
Yes, I'm Barbara Giglio.
And I'm Anthony Harris.
And we're also part of the House Next Door real estate group.
Woo! Awesome.
I never get tired of saying that.
10 years later.
10 years later. So today's episode is season 2, episode 3. We're kind of into spring now. We're kind of into 2000.
The weather's been amazing.
2026. I couldn't remember what year we're in. So let's talk about springing into trends for 2026, which
we love trends and we love decor.
So this is an ongoing, like we've already talked about this in season 1, but we will talk about trends in decor and design
and controversial concepts
and controversial concepts in design. We will talk about this. Will be a reoccurring theme because we
like the drama.
We love it so much. We love design.
Yes,
it is our thing. Even if we're not always good at it, we pretend, and we have people we know who are good at it.
Yeah, exactly. Or we know how to use chat.
ChatGPT, our best friend. So first of all, I want to catch up with Anthony.
Yes.
Because Anthony is in his, I'm loving this for him. He's in his rodeo phase.
Yes.
Which I think is very spring to be in your rodeo phase.
Yeah, because it starts in February, or at least in our area.
Yeah.
I think San Antonio is probably the first big one.
Mm-hmm.
And then Austin and then Houston.
Yeah.
So I've been going to San Antonio. It's about to, it ended. And the Austin rodeo is about to start. So I went 2 times to San Antonio rodeo.
Yep.
I have a little group of friends that we go. They're season pass holders, so we go. And
he sends me these pictures of him, just like selfies, having fun at the rodeo while I'm sitting watching
Housewives,
the traders at home, bored. No,
right.
I'm like, Anthony has so much energy.
So yeah, we went to San Antonio rodeo. We're going to go to the Austin rodeo.
And okay, it doesn't stop there. So he decided to go out with friends the other night, and
we went country dancing.
You went country dancing,
Mavericks in Buda.
Okay. See, you went out.
Yeah.
You went country dancing,
and we had a blast and lots of alcohol.
And you rode a saddle.
Yep. so we wanted. They have a mechanical bull.
Yeah.
And I wanted to ride it, but because it was too cold outside.
Oh, was it outside?
Yeah, and so they didn't have it set up.
Yeah. You know, one time
in band camp.
It's one time at band camp. No, but it's kind of a similar story. Not really. No, what am I saying? Never mind.
We're unhinged again.
When I was in my, I don't know. It was kind of like when you get divorced, you go through this weird period where you go out a lot when you don't have your kids. Because it's like I don't know. You don't know what else.
You're depressed and trying to find somebody.
And you have like divorced friends. And, so Craig and I were just dating. It was after I had been divorced, and we were going out doing things that I normally don't do. And
riding saddles.
And Gabe was not with me. He was with his dad. And it was my weekend. And we went to this bar called Shooters in Cedar Park, and I do believe it's still there. And you could smoke inside.
Okay.
And this was at the time when I smoked, because that's what cool divorcees do. And they had this mechanical bull. So I got on the back of so there was
even set right.
No, I was like piggybacking with somebody else. So there was another girl in front, and I was holding onto her waist behind her, and we were riding the mechanical bull. Okay, I'm just going to say a couple of things about this situation, just the physics of it. So the other girl was much larger than me in height, why can't I say stature? I can't talk. Anyway, I'm short. She was tall, and she was strong, and she was big. She was a big girl compared to me, and not in terms of like overweight, just like
hefty.
She could go work the carts, in the fields. Unlike me, I'm like, oh, I'm withering away. Because also I was like, that was when I was really skinny, because I was stressed and smoking and divorced and had to look hot.
And now we go to the weight loss injections.
Oh yeah, we'll get to that. So I'm hanging on to this woman, and then they start doing the thing, and we do a couple turns, and then I just like fly off. Like I just get air. I just like, and they had it like we kept going on and doing it over and over, and people had all their cameras out
And how
taking
drunk were
pictures.
you?
Oh,
Yeah. It makes
yeah.
it even more fun.
But it was it's humiliating because she was like staying on, and I just kept like
Well, you
flipping
were
off.
also on the back of the bull.
Yeah, I just kept sliding off that
Because,
thing and
like,
flying.
it goes.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. She was like, "Oh, where'd that gnat go that was on me? Where'd she go?" It was awful. Those are days I never want to remember those days. They're embarrassing. So
Oh,
why
well.
not talk about them on my podcast?
So everybody gets to hear.
So I had a rodeo phase
Yeah.
because I have to make it about me. Yeah, but you sent me that picture of you on the saddle, and it was so fun. You
Yeah.
look like you're having fun.
Yeah, we had so much fun. We all had fun. And just I don't want to take too much time,
Yeah.
but
Yeah, we had to
one
get
of
into our trends.
one of my friends, she so last time we went out was like 10 years ago.
Wow.
And like as a friend group, like all of us.
Yeah.
And we all went to high school together and all that. And so the last time we went out, we went to San Antonio, got a room, like a hotel room, and we were going to go out that night and just have fun. And she forgot her ID.
Oh,
And
yeah,
so we couldn't go anywhere.
in your world, you're young enough
Yep.
for that matters.
Yep.
My world, that doesn't matter. They're not asking for anything.
So we couldn't go out that night. So I was teasing her on the way to the place. I was like, "You got your ID, right?" And she's like, "Haha, so funny. Yeah, I have it." Blah blah blah. So we get to the place. She's like, "Where's my ID?
She
I don't
didn't
have
have it.
Nope, it was in San Antonio."
Did they let you in anyway,
Yes.
though? Yeah, because now you're older. Yeah.
Well,
Okay, one more thing before we get to our trends, because I got to talk about this too. And okay, so we're talking about being, thinner and in our younger days. So I know everybody is, there's this big wave of taking, the GLP-1 injections, right?
Mhm.
So over the break, I decided to do that.
And how long did you last? Let's tell everybody.
I lasted one injection.
You lasted like 2 hours. You're like, "I'm over
but
this."
once it's injected, it's like
I
a
know.
whole week.
For a whole week.
You're on like Mr. Toad's ride for a week.
Mhm.
But it was crazy.
Every day Barbara would tell me.
Yes. And so, I'm in perimenopause and I'm older, and it's like, it's so hard to not just be like a fluffy lady sometimes. And so I was like, I just want something. And so I know my friends do it. My mom has tried it, and they've all looked great. So I'm like, okay, I want to try. And
Do you want to try?
I wanted to try. And so I ended up getting very, very ill. I know you get nauseous and stuff, and I microdosed. I did a tiny, tiny amount. And by the way, I did not get these legitimately. The doctor did not prescribe me any of this. This was from my mother's stash. Okay. So it was totally irresponsible of me. And we're microdosing that. My sister's helping, my mom's helping. And I get we're talking nauseous beyond nauseous.
For a whole week.
Yeah, pretty much for a whole, and no appetite. It took me almost 3 weeks to get my appetite back. It was the weirdest feeling ever to just not be hungry. And I remember Anthony and I were working at the time, and he's like, "Let's go to lunch." I'm like, "I had a freaking Tic Tac this morning. I'm good for like 7 days." That's how I felt. And
Crazy.
I did lose 8 pounds, but I didn't look good.
Wow. We'll take it.
Like when I lose 8 pounds doing Pilates and yoga, I look good.
Mm-hmm.
When I lost 8 pounds doing that, I just looked, I don't know. I didn't look good.
Well, apparently there's a new trend.
What?
When you take the shot, it makes your breasts saggy or something.
Oh, well, because great. A 50-year-old woman needs help with that.
So that's the spring trend.
That's the spring trend well, this is on par for spring trend. So for me, it
because you got to have that summer body.
Yeah, it didn't work for me, and it also triggered my I struggled with eating disorders, not anymore, obviously, but in my past, from the time I was about 15 to probably about 40, I struggled with them, and so it really also ignited that, where you get that reward of seeing the scale going down, and so you chase that high, and then on top of like just not being hungry, and then when you start to eat again, like weirding out, you go down a rabbit hole. And so it was, and then I found out my muscle mass is really, really good.
Oh.
And so I'm like, I don't want to do that. I want to protect my muscle mass, be strong, eat my food and be happy, but I know it works so well for people, and it's been a lifesaver, and I respect that journey, but for me, it
It's
was
not fun.
it was not a good journey. So it was a har I mean,
It was a short journey.
it was yeah, but it was like I was doing weird stuff that I like that was coming off the heels of my Charmin allergic reaction, and then this, it's like, it's enough. No more changes. Okay, so
So springing into the
let's
trends.
get into our trends. And we talked about this before,
Yes.
but in spring show is going on at
What is spring
Round
show for the people that don't know?
yeah, so Round Top, which is about an hour from Smithville, where I am, and it is one of the largest antique shows in North America.
Mhm.
And it's crazy because
Like thousands of people,
it's
right?
just in our backyard.
And it's just
Yeah.
a cow field,
Yeah, it
essentially.
is. Oh, I love Round Top. It's beautiful. I go in the off season all the time.
Mhm.
The Ellis Motel is a great place to get drinks. You can't actually did I say motel? Um, you can't stay there. It's just
Mhm.
a bar.
Oh,
And it's
interesting.
so cool.
Have you been to Haven?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And
Oh.
so I
One
mean
of my friends worked there in high school.
it's such a cute little town that there's a lot going on besides just show, but the antique show is one of the biggest in North America.
Mhm.
And it's miles and miles of antique vendors and storage units and all big buildings just full of so many cool things, really cool things. And so I go, of course, because I'm addicted to antiques. It's a
Mhm.
problem. And I'm meeting one of my friends who's a designer, and we're going to go through show together. And I've never gone through show with an interior designer before. So this is going to be so fun. She's like, I call her my drug dealer in some ways. And I, again, don't want to be disparaging to any, like, I'm trying to be so, like, I'm trying to be so PC. Do we say PC or just woke? I don't know. But I'm trying not to offend anyone, and I might as well just offend people. But she is my drug dealer because she's an interior designer, and everything
And
that
that's your
she
drug.
shows me, I'm like, I need.
And that's why your house has been redecorated 4 times in the last 2 months.
I redecorate every week because it's fun. It's a problem. So anyway, she's going to show with me, so I'm very excited. But she was telling me a lot of these trends because she goes up to Dallas and she has a store and she buys all these wonderful things. So she's really in the know,
Mhm.
and she designs homes too. And so the biggest thing is she was so excited to tell me this because she's like, Barbara, your style is in right now.
I agree with that.
It's all about personal
Mhm.
collections and
And
story-driven
unique.
homes.
Mhm.
Unique story-driven homes. So instead of this stark kind of model home, everything matches,
The bedroom set from Rooms to Go.
which I have a bedroom set from rooms ago, great pricing. But I threw in antiques. But it's instead of having the matchy-matchy, like we have to have this piece match and this piece match, and the artwork matches. Now it's all about the things that you love and collecting the things that you love and putting that story out in your house.
Yep.
So it completely reflects a personal space. Yeah.
And I think I see that trend with the younger buyers or people too. Like my
Yes.
friends, so me and Auburn, we go antique shopping all the time now.
I love
Um,
that.
and there's some really cool homey things that we found. Like me and Barbara went and
I drag them antique shopping.
you don't drag me. I willingly jump into the car. I start the car for you. And like one of the things was an old Crown Royal bottle.
Yes.
And it's just a
Broadway
cool
Falls.
little it's just a really cool statement piece.
Well, yeah, and it has like history. I always say like some things I can feel them, like I can feel the energy vibrating off of them, and I could almost like envision them in their original form.
Yeah.
So I got this really cool. I've been chasing mail, as in U.S. mail, MAIL.
Or like email. No.
And so there's like
My Gmail account.
like post office memorabilia, right? And so I've gotten some really cool things from like a money order door
Yeah.
that's operable
Where is
with
that
a
one?
drawer. It's in my bedroom.
Oh, okay.
And we're building it up to a table. And it has a drawer that has just little coin things because it was before paper money.
Yeah. That's
And
cool.
it dates back to 1900.
Wow.
I think it might even be late 1800s. So cool. And every time I look at it, it even has like the operable window that still works. I think, oh my gosh, like how many people stood in front of that
Mhm.
and had mail orders and,
Yeah.
like
And we were talking about that the other
money
day.
orders, not mail orders. That's a
That's the
different
Sears catalog.
or
Sears
or
Robux.
or OnlyFans. So
But we were talking about that the other day when you were in San Marcos, because Bastrop and San Marcos have a really cool old downtown that they've preserved really well. And you still see that. Like in Bastrop, they have an old bank that has the vault still there, and
yes.
and they have the registry of how much money was in each person's account. It's really cool.
It's so cool to see that.
Mhm.
And I was looking at commercial buildings because of kind of side project. I'm thinking about investing in commercial buildings, but I want them to be historic and
Mhm.
Smithville or Bastrop and have a support a local presence, of course, and redo those and lease them out to people who want to do local businesses.
Yeah.
And man, you go into these old buildings and some of them have like all the records
Mhm.
of the building and it's so cool. And they have
Yeah.
the original like furniture and light fixtures. Of course, all has to be
Mhm.
redone because
It
it
catches on fire
it's
and
knob and tube wiring,
Mhm.
right? But it's so cool to see these old papers and these old display cases
And
and
a lot of at least in my experience, a lot of the houses in Bastrop haven't really transferred ownership that much.
no,
And you
no.
can literally go back 5
Same with these
people.
commercial
Yeah.
buildings. Like people hold on to them. And so these back to our
Trends.
trends,
We're
you know,
trending away from our
bespoke
story.
pieces, things that mean something to you, that say a collective, a
And
story.
I
That's
think
all very important.
for my generation, it's the uniqueness because we're so drowned in materials that you can go find at Target, TJ
Yeah.
Maxx, the
Mass
like,
production.
yeah,
Yeah.
like the fast fashion. It's that, but houses.
Right. Yeah,
And
exactly.
it's like, okay, we've seen that at Home Goods like 100 times.
It's and now it's so cool to see young people wanting to collect things and antique. I went up to Baylor University to with my girlfriend and her daughter is at a sorority and we were seeing a production of her doing something with her sorority. And afterwards the next day we went antiquing. And
Oh, fun.
she's like, "Oh, these are all the cool antique ladies." And she's like 20. And
Mhm.
she's collecting she wants silver platters and little teacups and china. And I'm like,
Pyrex.
yeah, you gotta be careful with some of
Oh,
that because it's got lead in it. But,
oh, interesting.
yeah, like the Corningware. But anyway, I was like my little old lady antique heart was so happy because that's how I was when I was younger, but that wasn't really the norm when I
Yeah.
was in
When
my
I was
20s.
young, I would go to estate sales with my grandma and yard sales, and
Yeah,
we'd go get that
you were an old
interesting
soul.
stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. But it's so cool to see that trending.
Yeah.
And cozy spaces. That was
Mhm.
the other thing. Cozy nooks, creating like a little dark, moody moment with painted
Color drenching.
doors. And we already talked about the color drenching. Are you coming on board to the color drenching world? Okay, not really. So, but creating these nice, cozy spaces, like
Mhm.
taking, let's say, like a little nook under your staircase and
Yep.
making it a little library or a little,
Office I've seen,
yeah, an
like in a closet,
office.
like a linen
Yeah.
closet at the very front.
So the big wide open spaces, they're still great, but trending is also some more compartmentalized nooks
Mhm.
and rooms where the kitchen isn't maybe necessarily flowing into
Yep. And something
the
that
rest of the house.
I've seen more recent, like,
Separation.
is people loving the 60s to 80s homes.
Yeah, we
Uh,
talked about that. Yeah.
and, I just had a client that I showed this last weekend, and they own a house in downtown Austin, and just I'm sure it's modern, I'm not sure, but
Yeah.
it probably is. Um, but they're looking for a mid-century.
Yeah.
They wanna get out of the city, they're downsizing, and that's their
Mhm.
aesthetic.
And it's so cool to see these old things have homes again
Yeah.
in a younger
Could
generation.
you imagine in 50 years our crap?
I know.
It's not the same.
It's not the
It won't
same.
be.
It won't
If
be the
it
same.
probably won't even last 50 years.
I know I have some pieces that are hundreds of years old.
Yeah.
And, my parents collect and
They have some really cool art.
they have some stuff from
Oh,
Egypt. I mean, they have some old stuff.
and that's another thing too that I think my generation is liking is unique art. And it doesn't have to be a famous artist, but just
No.
that unique print or
Yeah.
art piece that's not sold at Home Goods,
Yeah.
not created using AI. Have you heard about that?
No.
So
What?
so there's art at home or at these home stores that is created using AI, and you know how it screws up your hands and stuff. So when you start looking closely, you can see the hands are all messed up.
Like
And,
seven
yeah.
finger.
Uh-huh.
What was the 7-fingered man or the 6-fingered man from Princess Bride? Yeah.
So I think even art pieces are changing.
Yeah, I do too. And although, back to AI. Love and hate AI. She's my friend. She's not my friend. But
She's your friend that gets on your nerves.
but and you're talking about photos with AI.
Mhm.
So I do some where AI turned this picture into like a Norman Rockwell painting, and it looks kind of cool and whatever, and it still kind of looks like me, but it's a painting. But I am so sorry, this is a total segue. I am so over the face tuning
Oh, yeah.
and the
filters. The quote
filters.
unquote filters.
Yeah, it's like, okay, I saw you last week. Why you wouldn't look like that? And you didn't have
Do
7
you remember?
fingers.
Do you remember the end of last year where everybody was doing the Christmas photos with
Oh
the
yeah,
red
yeah,
dresses?
the red
You're like, okay, Stacy, you gained 50 pounds since that.
Stop. You're mean. But it's true. It's like you're pretty in where you are in life.
Yeah.
Stop trying to look like a Kardashian or something. And I mean, it's just a filter.
The only person that can
What
get away with that is Dolly Parton.
I mean, well, and she probably
And she embraces it.
well, and it's like when somebody meets you, they're gonna be like, oh, jeez. Something wrong. And it's not like you're rough, but when you make yourself look like,
Yeah.
I don't know, your face is like a marshmallow glow, and then they see you in person, like, oh.
It's like the realtor headshots that they haven't done in 10 years. And then when you meet them, you're like, oh, you look totally different.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you don't look like that. And I'm like, I am not my most flattering self, but, I'm not 20.
Yep.
That's okay. But anyway, back to
Trends.
our trends.
Our trend is that we get off trend.
It is. But AI and face tuning is a non-interior design trend, but it is a trend.
Mhm.
And I think it's one that needs to definitely pull back these days because it's overused. I want to see people being authentic, even if it's, I actually appreciate it and respect it more when they are authentic.
Mhm.
Your imperfections are perfection.
Yep.
In my mind. And that's okay, I'm gonna be cheesy and I'm gonna loop it back to the houses because there are little antiques that we get. They're scratched, they're weird colors, they're cracked. Like I have an antique clock that is held together by every piece of Gorilla Glue. But I love it. I don't care. I don't care that I see the cracks and
Yeah.
everything. That's what makes it so authentic and cool and unique. And
Yep.
our little bodies and humans were like that too. So
Yeah.
stop trying to look like a lizard or something. I don't know. Like, no, it's not a lizard, but I don't know, a marshmallow.
I like going to the antique stores and seeing how to style. Like, I bought sconces. Sconces, right?
Yeah.
And
Scones. You bought scones.
Scones. Uncivilized. So I bought sconces, but I would have never went to the store and looked for sconces. And like, that's not even a 2020 thing.
No, it's
coming
not.
It's
But
coming.
that's a 2005 thing, for sure, and also a 1900s thing.
Yep. And I love them. I love the sconces.
And I love that color is
the
coming
green.
back.
I love
Green
greens.
and moody and darks and
going
even
back
beige if you do it right.
Going back to like interior trends, also glassware.
Yeah.
I think glassware is going backwards as well.
Yeah.
Getting those unique depression type
Mhm.
glass patterns and
Mhm.
the greens and the pinks and the yellows.
And some of the best places to go finding antiques in my particular area, which is Bastrop, Smithville. That's my home base. Man, it's just a hotbed for stuff like that. And so Old World Antiques in LaGrange, shout out to them, because I go there like once a week and just peruse their stuff. They have amazing stuff. They're at show. Broadway Paul's in Page, Texas. He's a master picker. And so you go through there and you can go and pick.
The thing too is when you go to antique places like this, the pickers know the story from the original person
Oh.
that got it. They have so much stuff they pick, and he'll be like, oh, I got that from a gentleman that collected U.S. mail, and
Yeah.
he did this and that, and he had a collection of this and whatever. And
Yeah,
you
he
get to
just-
know a story behind it.
Everything in my house is pretty much had a life before it found me. So mass production, it's out.
Yeah. I think porches. I think
Oh,
people
yeah.
are really, because we went through a time of where people weren't outside, didn't really
Yeah.
care about their outdoor space. I feel like people are migrating to really
Sit on the floor.
amplifying those and
Yep.
changing them. And
My porches are all about, I've styled them for comfort, lifestyle, everything.
yeah.
And just sitting.
Yep.
And looking at the deer. My next thing is to build a garden from bees,
Oh, yeah.
because bees are super important
Yep.
too. So, interior design inside, and also our outerscapes.
Mhm.
So our landscapes and our porches, and it's really important to do. I again believe in, instead of a manicured kind of sterile yard,
Native.
I like it to look a little wild and
With gophers.
in it. I have like a million gophers in my yard. I'm keeping them alive. And dandelions. Dandelions.
Yes.
People will kill the dandelions.
I like the dandelions.
You have to keep the dandelions because they are the first food source for bees. I learned that from the
Oh, wow.
Smithville Garden Club.
Oh, we didn't
Yeah.
even talk about that.
I'm very active in my Smithville Garden Club. I love those ladies, and I love
I guess
so
this kind
much.
of goes back to the old soul.
Yeah, it is also.
Yeah.
It's been around for so long, and I'm in charge of the Smithville parade coming up, the jamboree.
Oh, yeah.
Jamboree.
Jamboree. I forgot
Jamboree.
about it.
Yeah.
I forgot about that.
Yeah.
That's in April, right?
Yes, that's coming up. So we're designing the floats.
I know when you told me the float committee, I was like, for Christmas?
Well, we did. Well,
I forgot about Jamboree.
We just did Christmas, and that was awesome. I got to be the pig from Toy Story. Ham. I walked in a big old pig outfit, and we won first prize. Smithville Garden Club won first prize for theme.
Yay.
For our float. These ladies don't play.
Oh, no.
And yeah, it is kind of going back to old things, right?
Yeah.
Committees and
Yeah.
floats and small town parades and community and a home full of things that tell a story about who you are, and a yard that feeds the bees and maybe doesn't look perfect.
Yeah. I think people are going away from the cookie cutter neighborhoods too, and they want that unique space. They want it to match their personalities.
Yeah.
So
I agree. So that's kind of our just revisiting our trends. And
I don't think we said anything controversial, did we?
oh, I probably
Probably.
did. Somebody. I tend to offend inadvertently.
Oh well.
It is what it
Life
is.
goes on.
So moving forward, okay, so we had our first 3 episodes where we're just kind of catching up and doing our Anthony and Barb thing, and next episodes are going to be guest
Interviews.
speakers.
Yeah.
So,
I'm excited about that.
yeah, tune in.
Until next time.
Until next time.
We'll see you on the house next door.
Yep.
Thank you for tuning in. We'll see you next week.
Yes, so please like, subscribe, comment,
Share.
follow.
Whatever it might be.
Until next time.